Hi. Sorry, I yawned.
Jesus.
Uh, we're the ambassadors of gaming.
That we are.
I sound like I'm drunk. Oh my goodness. I am one of your two hosts, Ambassador Chris,
And I'm Ambassador Michael.
and we have things about stuff
Things
with
about
games.
things that involve games and other things. Actually, alright, so I'm going
Sorry
to.
about the delay for the upload. Mike had some technical issues.
Yeah,
And by some, I mean we could not keep a stable internet connection at all.
yeah, it wouldn't have even been worthwhile to upload because it would have been garbage. Um,
Oh,
so I'm gonna start off
oh.
with the crappy news first. And by crappy, I mean it's just kind of shitty to talk about, but we're gonna talk about it anyways. It's kind of old news at this point, but I think last week uh, Kotaku reported that they had heard a rumor that No Man's Sky was going to be delayed, and the guy got some people got hairy with him about it, as people on the internet do, and then Sean Murray, the guy that is the lead developer on No Man's Sky, he came out and officially stated, that the game was delayed and it was going to be delayed till August 9th. And after he came out and officially confirmed it, both the original reporter, I think his name's Jason Schreier, and then Sean Murray were hassled by a bunch of people, and one particular guy sent them death threats, and it's just
Like,
it was super inappropriate, and it's one of those things that it when shit like this happens, people that don't give a fuck about gaming go, see, this is why we need regulations. This is why you can't do
yeah,
this. This is
and
why you
and
can't do
someone
that.
someone out of the rubble came out and said it's because of violent video games.
Yeah, I'm sure someone somewhere has wrote a fucking article about it
Sounds
somewhere.
like something you put in a Google search, like you'd put in like threats, um, like death threats, game developer, and all of a sudden you'll find an article about
Uh,
violence in video games. This is stupid. Like, I get that we get excited for games. I was excited for Smash forever. I was excited for Black Ops 3 forever.
hmm,
I think I was more hyped for Black Ops 3 than I have been for any Call of Duty game ever.
hmm,
Um, but if it got delayed, like if it's being delayed, it's being delayed most likely for a good reason, or at
yeah,
least, you have to accept the fact it's like, okay, it's delayed. Like, what are you going to do about it? There's nothing you can do.
yeah, exactly.
All that this is going to do is get someone into trouble, and I'm sure he did get into trouble most likely. That's not a minor thing.
From what I understand, um, as I followed it throughout the week here, um, the the reporter, and I don't know if the developer reported it, but I know the reporter did. He reported it to Twitter to as just like a this guy's haggling me kind of thing, and they looked at it, read the tweets, and then were like, this doesn't go against our violent policy. And I'm like, he told you he was going to find you, murder you and your family. How the fuck does that not go against your violent, your privacy, whatever fucking protocols on Twitter? What the fuck? That's not okay. And I stand for a lot of fucked up weird shit. Like, you could do what you want to do, but that's not right. Like, you can't just go around telling people you're gonna murder them and their family.
That's so violent.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
But
And
guess what, dude? I hope you feel good after those threats because at least you made a difference. Oh, wait, no, didn't make a difference. Game's still delayed. Now
yeah,
all you are is an asshole.
yeah, exactly.
So,
You got your 10 seconds of fame. Good job.
right?
Like now, hopefully that guy has nothing to do with the industry outside of playing games, because nobody's gonna want to touch that dude with a 10 foot fucking pole.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, yes.
And employers also look at Twitter too and stuff like that. So, you know, let's hope that doesn't come back to bite you in the ass as bad as it should. But I guess the point is, it's just like I know people don't do this. The gaming community just doesn't do shit like this on a regular basis. Most people are like, okay, I'll just play other shit or do whatever you gotta do to delay the game, or make it good, and then other people are like, oh, it's delayed, another delay, blah, it's gonna be garbage. But that's the worst, usually, is that they're like, this game's gonna be shit, I'm not buying it. And it's like, okay, you probably weren't gonna buy it anyways, so that's fine. But, like, you can't just tell people you're gonna murder them. I'm sorry. On top of it not being right, you're making the rest of us look like assholes to the outside world, you know? Don't be an asshole. Especially on Twitter, because for some reason Twitter is now like a legitimate thing where people take shit seriously.
Twitter has just been over. Twitter was like a cool thing for a little bit. It's just become overwhelmed with that, overwhelmingly, uh, just this huge abundance of advertisements. Like every
Not
three
even just,
tweets is
yeah.
like an advertisement for something, and it just got to the point where people were just like, "Okay, I just don't want to go on Twitter anymore."
And there's like a spot, I'll see like one or two sponsored ads a day when I go through, Twitter, but the point is that the Twitter only cares about one side of things. They don't really give a shit about anything else. Like if it's not getting headlines, they don't really give a shit. And even if it is getting headlines, if it's not the camp they support, they still don't give a shit. Which is why that guy's not banned. Like he should be banned. Like or I'm sure he blocked him, but that doesn't still doesn't make it right. I don't know.
No.
I guess the point is it's a PR thing for our community. You know, one asshole makes the rest of us look like shit, and it kind of sucks. This is the kind
Yeah.
of stuff that it bleeds into everything. It's like when San Andreas had the coffee house thing, and that was a big national deal. Like video games had a real bad tarnish for a while, but I just wanted to get that out there first because one, it's super shitty, and two, um, I'm glad those guys handled it the way they did. So props to them. They're just doing their fucking jobs. So
All right, and we are moving on to other news that does not
better
involve
news,
death threats.
better news, lighter news. I'm gonna finish up the PlayStation stuff because No Man's Sky's mostly PlayStation and PC related. So PS4 PlayStation Plus games got announced for June. They will be live Tuesday, and they are NBA 2K16 and Gone Home. Both, from what I hear, really good. I haven't played either of them. I'm excited to play Gone Home because it's a really short game. It's an indie game. I'm not really big into basketball, but if that's your thing, go for it. And then now we have the juiciest of news. The rumors, the E3 rumors, and confirmations. So, first of all, the original 500 gigabyte Xbox is down to $299 now.
But it has no Connect.
No Connect, but
So it's not the original.
no, you know what I mean. I say original because we're going to be talking about other possible models in a second here. But so that one's down to $299. I have heard there are bundles where you can get a game or two for $299 still. It's like, you can get a few for free, so that's good. They cut that way down, so good for them on that. And then there's two. This one's kind of bundled together, but we've heard the Xbox Slim rumors. The Xbox Slim rumor is that it's going to come out this year, and it's just a smaller Xbox One. It's more or less the same thing. But the new rumor is that, of course, PlayStation's rumor about the PS4K, which is probably going to happen. We'll see in, 2-3 weeks. But now there's a rumor that Xbox is going to be coming out with a new Xbox One, similar to how the PS4K is. God damn it. I did that thing where I said Xbox and it turned on. Son of a bitch. It's funny because I was just shouting at it before and it wouldn't turn on.
That's why I say Microsoft console.
Yeah. Anyways.
So that doesn't hear me and kill me in my sleep.
Anyway, so the rumor is now that the code name is Scorpio, and that it's going to be VR ready, and that it'll be able to handle. It'll be partnered with the Rift. I don't know how true that is. The only reason that is a suspicious rumor is because they're already partnered with Rift, for their bundle with the Xbox controller for PC. Um, but of course, as rumors go, there's wild speculation. One of the speculations here is that the person that originally put up these rumors is that this Xbox they want to come out with for VR is going to be 4 times as powerful as the current one, and it'll be twice as powerful as the PS4K. And this person, when I was reading the article, and I forget where it's from, but
They essentially compared it to that of a high-end gaming PC.
yeah, it would
Um,
have to be like a current right now high end gaming PC, and they're like, there's just no way that's gonna happen.
Not at all. It's over speculated, especially for the price point.
Yeah, it would
Um,
have to be because a current gaming PC I would have to assume is around $800 to $1,200 if you had all high end
yeah, if you
stuff.
really wanted to make it like really good, probably closer to a little over a grand, most likely.
I know nothing
Um,
about them, but that's my assumption.
but that whole 4 times as powerful as the PS4, I don't. All right, Xbox dug themselves into the hole that they're in now, and now everything they do, they try and compare it to PlayStation. Like,
Yeah.
oh, but this is better than PlayStation. This is better than PlayStation. It's not going to be 4 times better than the PlayStation.
To be fair, Xbox doesn't say anything about the PlayStation 4. They don't talk about it ever. It's generally people that write articles about Xbox and people that are fans of Xbox. Like, the people that are exclusively Xbox owners. Those people are the ones that generally are making the PS4 comparisons. Um, but Microsoft doesn't really say anything about them. Now, at least the next portion of it being VR compatible, seems to be uh, slightly credible, I guess, due to E3's website having a section for VR, and under VR there's a subcategory for Xbox Live, and Xbox One, and in those, there's 4 developers: Maximum Games, who made Farming Simulator; Rebellion, who made Sniper Elite; Readily Information, and 3D Rudder. So the VR thing seems like it might be credible. It might be a thing. Makes sense. I mean, PlayStation's gonna have VR, PC's gonna have VR, and Xbox isn't. I mean, they have the HoloLens, but that's augmented, and that's not even close to being done. So
Yeah.
it would make sense if they were going to do that. Plus, the Kinect would be really good for head tracking, because the Kinect's really good for motion tracking in general, but it probably be a situation like the Vive where you need a lot of space for it to be able to, you would have to be sitting a certain distance back and for it to track your head movements and that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see in the next coming weeks if they say anything about it. Microsoft might not say shit about that rumor. They might just, come out at E3 and be like, here's the Xbox One Slim. And that's all you get for the hardware stuff. They could come out and be like, guess what? You get an Xbox One Slim this year. And then next year, you get a more powerful Xbox One that can run Oculus. And then guess what? Here's all this
You get a more
shit.
powerful Xbox One Slim that can run Oculus.
And then guess what? Then we bring over all the shitty games
And
that
then
are
we're
in
gonna
VR.
try and fuck you again for excuse me, we're gonna try and fuck you again for all the just like we did at our first Xbox One release, and then PlayStation's gonna pass us up again. Yay!
But before that, we're going to race the Oculus Slim. Because we need to have another Slim. Can't just simply not have an Oculus Slim. That would be stupid.
The Oculus is so expensive.
It is. It's quite ridiculous. And it's $600 for the base one. I guess there's trouble with them shipping. I guess like they ran into some problem with the people that process the orders out. So that shit's all fucked up. So that's great. And then I've heard good things about Vive, outside of the fact that you need a massive amount of space to play it in. But
Yeah, it is a it's not like I feel like playing some Vive. It's you have a dedicated space for
yeah,
playing the
you
Vive.
have
You
like a
have
whole fucking room.
Yeah, you tear it down and set it up. Mike, your face froze
So did
in the
yours.
absolute funniest way. Um, Yeah, it's one of those things where you don't tear it down. You just leave it there.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like a setup you have.
It
That's
is a large setup.
And then PlayStation VR is cheaper, but it's clearly not as powerful. So it is what it is. I'll take the $400 set that's not as powerful because guess what? From what I hear, all the fucking games that are out there right now are mostly shit, and that there's only like a handful of good games. But that's kind of just how PC is in general. There's like
Well,
a handful of really good games, and
virtual
then there's some
reality
good games and shit.
Oculus had the kind of the domain of virtual reality. It wasn't very large, and now there's multiple. We're gonna have
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation VR, we have Vive, we have Oculus. So I'm imagining there'll be some more sophisticated games coming
Yeah,
out. But yeah, there's like job simulators
yeah, I've
on the
seen Job
Vive that are
Simulator.
where you like pretend to be a mechanic or like work in a restaurant and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I've seen that one. That one is really funny. The graphics don't look great on any of those, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, but I'd be interested in seeing that. But there's no way in hell I'm buying another VR headset. I already pre-ordered the PlayStation VR headset. I'm not buying another one.
Buy
There's
me one, Michael.
there's
You
too
buy
many
me everything.
there's too many VR headsets.
You've seriously bought me so many things. What's one more?
Oh, now you're just being greedy.
Now I am
No,
super.
the giving has to stop somewhere.
But um,
I got you a PlayStation. I don't want to hear it.
did and an Apple Watch.
Exactly. I want to hear it
Mike
from you.
was Mike was full of gifts. He likes to spend money. So do I.
Don't ever leave me in charge of the finances. It'd be all downhill from there. Anyways, I have one
Hey,
last.
I have two 3DSs right now.
Sure. Why? Why did you get a new 3DS?
Don't
Why?
judge. Don't judge. You're just
I'm
jealous.
gonna laugh so hard when they come out next year and they're like, here's the NX. Here's the portable
Remember
version
that
of the
new
NX.
3DS? It's got a new emblem now. There you go.
We got new sliders for the back that you can slide on. It's just Mario, Pikachu, Link. It's
It's the
all
whole
flipping you off.
cast of Smash 4, all just flipping the bird.
Yep. While we're
Even Duck Hunt Dog, they're gonna give him a middle finger.
Yeah, I can see it. Duck Hunt Dog looks like he's quite mischievous. Anyways,
What's the last thing?
the last thing is indeed Nintendo. We have news from all three.
Yay!
Um, so this is interesting because it's the first game that's been, as far as I know, officially confirmed for the NX. It is called what? Rise Race to the Future. Yep, that's right. Yeah, Rise Race to the Future. They released their trailer the other day, and at the very end, you know how it goes through its spiel. It shows all the, you know, platforms it's coming to. It says PlayStation, Xbox, Wii U, and then it says Nintendo NX with the Nintendo logo, and then the codename symbol. 3DS, Steam, app stores. But the reason this was important is because it's the first game that we know of is coming to the NX. And it's kind of interesting that it's coming to the Wii U too, seeing as how most developers just don't want to make anything on it. Um, and Nintendo said that because of that, the NX logo showing up, they reconfirmed that the NX is just a working name, that it's not their official name for the console.
Kind of getting used to hearing it though.
Yeah, I know. That's how most people are. That like I'm kind of upset that PlayStation VR is just called PlayStation VR. It used to be called Project Morpheus. That sounds way
Oh
cooler.
wow,
Project
that's pretty.
Morpheus sounds really cool. PlayStation VR is like, that's kind of cool. But you're like, what is that? You're like, this? It's Project Morpheus. You're like, that's way cooler. Project Morpheus sounds way better. But what do I know? I don't work at Sony or any other multi-million-dollar company, so clearly I don't get to make those calls.
Hey, you want to know what the Xbox project was called?
I have no idea.
Bill Gates went to go talk to Ken Kutaragi from Sony,
Hmm.
talking to him about like making games like their own kind of proprietary games for the console with like their own features and whatnot, and then people could like buy extra hardware to use on the PlayStation to do it. And apparently, he was like, no. So Bill Gates is like, aw, and so he's like, well then screw you. I'm gonna go make my own game console. And one of the first names for the Xbox was called Project Midway, named after the Battle of Midway from World War II, where America defeated the Japanese.
Oh, that's kind of harsh.
That is so harsh.
Yeah, that's kind of harsh, Bill.
Midway.
What the
Like,
fuck?
right? Like, dude's out for blood.
It's like the
That is,
South Park episode. Have you seen
I
that
don't,
one? It's like
uh,
Console War 1. They make it in comparison to Game of Thrones. It's kind of funny.
oh yeah, I
Yeah.
saw a little bit of that one.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. But, I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited about the whole VR shit. I just can't wait for E3 to be over so we can sit there and just be like, this is what we know now. Great. Oh, other thing, sidebar for you. Bungie just put up in the last hour or so that they're gonna be streaming uh their next thing next week on Thursday.
Rise of Irons.
They said that your next adventure. That's just what it says. We'll be
That
letting
probably
you.
whatever the fall update's gonna be.
We'll let
Or
you.
is the fall update going to be Rise of Irons?
It's not gonna be an update. It's gonna be an expansion. I bet. It's been too long for them to not release an expansion. Actually,
Hey,
you know what?
originally they weren't even gonna release one in 2016. They were just gonna go, okay, here's Taken King, play
Yeah,
this for a whole year.
yeah. I guess. I mean, they could. I guess theoretically they could release the fall update, and then release Rise of Irons in the spring. It'd still be kind of shitty, but I mean, they could do that.
I thought that supposedly Destiny 2 is gonna come out in the spring.
No, I haven't. I haven't heard anything. That's what I would do. But again, I don't work for any game developers, publishers, so I don't know how
Thank
things work.
God.
Yeah, thank God, because it would just be a clusterfuck. I'd be like, we're gonna release this game this day, and we're gonna release this shit this day. And they're gonna be like, that's stupid. You're fired. Get the fuck out. I'd be like, I don't even work here, so you can't fire me.
Like, I just wandered in off
Yeah,
the
they're gonna be
street,
like, how the
pretended
fuck
to.
does this guy get in here? Get him out.
How are you still employed here?
I'm not. That's the fun
The
part.
mighty goose. How are you still employed here?
Oh my goodness. I really want to make some
Okay,
skits of that.
well, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it for the news so far. I mean, I did see
Nothing
some.
really big.
I saw some other weird thing about the NX being delayed on purpose because they want to implement VR into it. But again, that's
Nintendo
another.
should have make one step at a time.
Yeah, that's
One
what I'm
step at
saying.
a time.
Just focus on getting people to buy your console. Then worry about implementing VR. Like, though I did have a crazy idea, right? So what if they went back to like I guess it would be more of a Game Boy because it couldn't work as a DS, right? So the NX is supposed to be mobile, right? So you'd be able to play it at home. What if you had the VR headset as the screen for your mobile thing? You know what I mean? It'd
I
be kind
mean,
of weird.
I'd believe it.
It'd be kind
I'd
of
believe
like
it. See.
yeah. I mean, it'd be kind of like having the Gear VR, but it'd be weird. It was just like a weird thought I had in my mind of how that could possibly work. And I was like,
Okay,
that'd be weird.
well,
Anyways, I'm done.
that's gonna be it for us. Ugh, I don't know why I'm so tired right now. We're
Same here.
recording earlier than usual.
Yeah, it's only like 8 o'clock.
Feel
So,
free to check up on the channel every once in a while. You might like what you see.
indeed.
I yawned. Tired. I am still Ambassador Chris.
I'm also Ambassador Michael. And this is what we do every week. We try to do it on Tuesdays, but you know, shit happens. Anyways,
What do we try to do? What did you try?
we try to do shit, but Doesn't always work out.
All right, well, he's lagging too much, and I cannot.
Oh, there it is. Bye.